Okay, everybody, this is the other most wonderful time of the year. In reality, from what I can tell, Halloween is just a remnant from the ancient times when people would be afraid of things that were really worthwhile being afraid of, namely survival. Because in the old days, people didn't have central heating. They had to have gathered their own wood and made sure they had enough to last them throughout the whole winter, not knowing how long the winter would last. They didn't know when the coldest time would be. They had to make sure they'd have all their food in store. So when this time of the year came, in the ancient times, there was a very real fear of death. These days, in Western society, we don't have that as much. There is still some of that, but nowhere near as much. So when we're looking at the superstition, and we're looking at the extra meanings that Halloween has taken, remember that that's because we live in a relatively cozy, relatively safe society, and we can then invent more traditions for this time of the year. That's all I will say at this stage. But on the other hand, I rather like, the plasticky fun aspects of what this particular time of the year has become. What I'm going to do for you now is completely at random, not rehearsed, not nothing, getting out my good old-fashioned trusty spirit board and a planchette and see what happens. What I was thinking of doing was getting out my dowsing pendulum and using that to try and do a seance, but I think that would take even longer. When I look at the way in which the talking board is used and the way in which the stick reaction with dowsing is done in radionics, I think there is actually a bit of a correlation there. So this is probably a much more appropriate type of device for trying to get some kind of inspiration from the depths of your mind using the ideomotor effect. Note, I'm using that phrase because that's what it is. It's an ideomotor effect device. Okay? And to see what comes out. What I'm looking for is anything. It could be a single word, it could be an idea, I don't bloody well know. Okay. But we're going to use the kind of like introduction that people would use in spiritual mediumship. Not because it's necessarily true or it's genuinely talking to spirits, it's just like that's a way of starting this particular process. Okay? And so when you're playing with your Ouija board seances with all of your immature little friends, then you can do the same thing, but point out that that's just an introduction to see, what comes through. I mean, I've explained in earlier videos how this all works. Go back to my channel, click the search button, and there'll be all kinds of opinions there which can possibly help you to make up your mind. Is there anybody there? I think we can call that a yes. Okay. Is there... Do you wish to give us your name? No. Okay. Be aware, Spirit, that whatever it is that comes out on the board today is going to be viewed by many people. Think about them, think about their needs, think about what they want and what they require. Are you happy to comply? We're not getting any answer to that. Okay. Spirit, is there any particular answer or a particular word or phrase or sentence or message you want to give us? Yes. Okay. In the short duration of this video, in the short duration of this seance, give me an answer, give me a message. Tell me what it is you want people to find out. F I N D Find. What is it you want us to find? H O P E Find hope. But find hope in what? Can you explain? That was a bit of an indistinct move. Can you try and do that again? C A R E Care. Okay. Find hope. And care. Care for what? T H O S E I N N E E D You seem to have a lot of compassion for other people. Why is that? I W A S T H E R E I was there. Did someone help you? Did someone come to your assistance? No. Are you okay? What happened to you? D E A D So because no one came to your aid or provided you with some assistance, you died, is that right? Yes. I'm sorry to hear that. So you want other people to prevent this kind of thing from happening? Yes. And how, I mean, what are we supposed to do? T R Y There are some people who either can't or won't. Those who can't, I suppose you could understand. What about those who won't? G O A W A Y. So you don't like them, is that right? D O N T P U S H M E. Don't push me. Are you feeling agitated? Yes. I'm sorry you're feeling agitated and unhappy. I certainly didn't mean any harm. M A K E I T. Make it. Make it what? S T O P. Make it stop. Make what stop? S T O P. P A I N Stop pain. Goodbye. Well, I don't know what you quite make of that. What I felt was when I first sat down to do this, kind of clear my mind, went into the meditative state. I could feel some like a form of like psychological negativity coming into me, and I felt like almost something that was threatening or negative, trying to make something happen. But I sort of pushed that aside, and I tried to go towards a more clear message from something which I felt was like a higher source or an external source, and that's how the reading with the board started. But I don't know whether the negative thoughts and feelings were like encroaching during the experience, which is why the message went towards the negatives later on, or whether that was the same kind of like consciousness or entity we were talking to that was coming out with this one particular message and then switching over to this more negative, defensive, aggressive communication afterwards. I don't know, and I don't think there's any real way in which we can say. All I can say is make of it what you will. There's a comment section for various reasons, and so put all your comments in the comment section, and I look forward to possibly doing another one of these shortly. Speak to you again soon. Nick Dutch signing out for now. Let's see if I can get up without doing my back in. Damn it, I'm getting old.